African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation on the 22nd of October, 2024. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct a special military operation. Units of the North Group of Forces in the Liptsov and Volchansk directions inflicted defeat on formations of the 57th Motorized Infantry Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and the 125th Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Volchansk, Lipsy, and Ruskaya Lozovaya in the Kharkiv region. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 80 servicemen, 2 combat armored vehicles, 2 cars, and a 122mm howitzer D-30. The Enclave and electronic warfare station and a field ammunition depot were destroyed. Units of the West Military Group, as a result of active and decisive actions, liberated the settlement of Novosadov in the Donetsk People's Republic. They inflicted losses on the manpower and equipment of the 60th, 67th Mechanized and 3rd Assault Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in the areas of the populated areas of Novoegorovka in the Kharkov region, Terny, Torskoy, and Krasny Lyman in the Donetsk People's Republic. Repulsed a counterattack by the assault group of the 14th Mechanized Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. The enemy lost over 470 servicemen, 3 U.S.-made M113 armored personnel carriers, 6 vehicles, a combat vehicle of the Strela-10 anti-aircraft missile system, a 152mm D-20 gun, a 122mm Gvozdika self-propelled artillery unit, and a 122mm D-30 howitzer. 3 field ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the Southern Group of Forces improved the position along the front line and defeated the formations of the 23rd, 30th, 31st, 54th, 56th Mechanized, 46th Airmobile, 5th Mountain Assault Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and the 18th National Guard Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Serebryanka, Seversk, Petrovskoy, Mayskoy, Nikolaivka, Predtakino, and Yantarnoy of the Donetsk People's Republic. 2 counterattacks by assault groups of the 81st Airmobile Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were repelled. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 900 servicemen, 6 vehicles, a 152mm howitzer MSTB, a 122mm howitzer D-30, as well as U.S.-made 155mm self-propelled artillery unit Paladin and a 155mm howitzer M198. 2 field ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the Center Group of Forces continued to advance deep into the enemy's defenses. They defeated the manpower and equipment of the 33rd, 151st Mechanized, 25th Airborne Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and the 119th Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Sherbanovka, Dmitrov, Krasnoarmysk, and Sukharino of the Donetsk People's Republic. 9 counterattacks by assault groups of the 93rd, 100th, 150th Mechanized, 68th Jaeger Brigades, 49th Assault Battalion of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and 38th Marine Brigade were repelled. The enemy lost up to 430 servicemen, 2 U.S.-made Bradley infantry fighting vehicles, 2 armored personnel carriers, including an American M113 armored personnel carrier, a 152mm D-20 gun, and a 122mm D-30 howitzer. Units of the East Group of Forces improved their tactical position. They defeated the formations of the 72nd Mechanized, 58th Motorized Infantry Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and the 127th Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Dobrovoly, Novokrenka, and Shakhtarskoy of the Donetsk People's Republic. 2 counterattacks by assault groups of the 5th Tank Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were repelled. The enemy's losses amounted to 110 servicemen, an armored personnel carrier, 3 vehicles, and a 155mm self-propelled artillery unit Caesar made in France. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces inflicted losses on the manpower and equipment of the 141st Infantry Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the 124th Territorial Defense Brigade, and the 15th National Guard Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Ilyenka in the Dnipropetrovsk region, Gavrilovka, Antonovka in the Kherson region, and Molotov-Machka in the Zaporizhia region. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 50 servicemen, 8 vehicles, a 152mm D-20 gun, and a 122mm self-propelled artillery unit Gvozdika. An electronic warfare station was destroyed. Operational tactical aviation, strike unmanned aerial vehicles, missile forces, and artillery of the Russian Armed Forces groups inflicted damage on concentrations of enemy manpower and military equipment in 142 areas. Air defense systems shot down a French-made Hammer-guided aerial bomb for U.S.-made HIMARS rockets and 77 aircraft-type unmanned aerial vehicles. Since the beginning of the special military operation, a total of 646 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 34,095 unmanned aerial vehicles, 583 anti-aircraft missile systems, 18,753 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,478 multiple launch rocket systems, 16,530 field artillery pieces and mortars, and 27,468 special military vehicles have been destroyed. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.